Welcome to the mini episode of the Sweep Spot podcast. I believe this is episode 10 of the mini episodes. This is a show that I like to do every other episode of our regular show. So if you're new to this and you're just checking this out, this is not our normal show that we do. This is something I just started doing maybe, 6 months ago or something. And probably less than that. But our normal show, check that out. It was our last episode was amazing. We had Chris Merritt on, former Imagineer and designer and author, and just had an amazing conversation with him. And also, this episode is just kind of my thoughts, some things that are either going on currently or things that I remember from the past. I'm a former Disneyland Custodio cast member and was in Custodio from 1998 to 2007, and then was in Foods at Disneyland from 91 to 93. So have about 11 years of experience working there and kind of give my thoughts on different things. But this is the first mini episode of the new year, 2021. And so glad to have 2020 behind us. But 2021, it's not what everyone had hoped it would be so far. But I'm optimistic, trying to be, that this will be a better year. So speaking of this year, last year I had mentioned that, we had, I had some plans, different plans that got canceled because of this COVID stuff going on. And this year, it's really hard to plan. You'd think a few months ago, I thought, well, maybe Disneyland would open by spring and we'd be able to go for a spring trip for spring break. Not looking likely. Although that's 2 months away, it's still not looking likely. So the next hope is maybe early summer, June. That would be great. To be able to plan a trip to go with my son, my wife, to Disneyland for an early summer trip. Well, I don't know. No one really knows. And I think that's the frustrating part is, yes, this is serious. Some people think that, just because we're talking about Disneyland, we don't care about what's going on. And obviously we care. We also have to live life. This could go on for years. Who knows? In the meantime, we can't pause the enjoyment and the things that we enjoy in life. If we get sick or something happens, and obviously we take care of that, that's important. But when we're not, we need to take precautions and live life. Just my opinion. But so that could happen. Maybe a late summer, July, August. We don't know. That's another, maybe fall break. We get a fall break here. It's like in mid-October. That would be cool. Don't know. Would be great to go at Christmas. It's a long time away. We just got done celebrating Christmas, but no one knows. So who knows? Maybe it'll be next summer, 2022. I don't know. When this all started, we thought it was going to be 2 weeks. We'll be back. So that obviously did not happen. I don't know. So anyways, I don't want to talk about that this whole time, but I did want to talk about, I've even kicked around the idea of going to Walt Disney World, maybe get my Disneyland fix at Walt Disney World. I've seen a lot of people, YouTubers and podcasters, going there because they can't go to Disneyland. It's weird. Florida's open, but California's not. It's a whole nother discussion. I don't know the numbers. I don't know stats on each state, but Disneyland California, I believe, is the only park not open at the moment. I think Paris was open. They're taking a break or something. I don't know. But I believe they're not open yet. But still, I mean, the majority of the parks are open and running and, restrictions and all that. But I'd like to go to Disney World. But I've been there one time, a long time ago. I think it was 1999. We went for our honeymoon. And we had a really good time. We didn't have podcasts to listen to. I didn't even have the internet. That I didn't have it in '99, so I couldn't look up information and chat with people about it. It was just maybe a few people that I worked with at Disneyland at the time kind of told me, oh, don't miss this or do this, but didn't really know what we were heading into. And I bought that the Walt Disney World Unofficial Guide book, took that with us, read it on the plane, and just, there's a lot in that book. It's huge. So I just kind of read a little bit and figured out, kind of circled the attractions that I thought that we didn't have at Disneyland or that I had heard that were a little bit different. Or maybe just something I really wanted to see their version maybe. But anyhow, we went there and we had a great time, of course, honeymoon, but it's huge. It's big. It's not this quaint little Disneyland that I grew up going to, working at, and it's very overwhelming. You get there and you're like, wow, the layout of Magic Kingdom is fairly the same. Couple little differences, but it's fairly same. You kind of know where you're going when you're over there, but same time, not really. We went on, most of the rides. We missed some things. I'd wish that we had done some other stuff there that now that I know more about it, listen to podcasts, Disney World ones. There's a million of them. And kind of know a little bit. We did all the regulars. I think we did Tiki Room. We didn't do Jungle Cruise, which I'd like to see again. We didn't do the Swiss Family Robinson. We didn't do that. And at the time, at our honeymoon, I believe the one at Disneyland had closed to refurb into Tarzan's at that time. So I don't know why we didn't do it, but I think it just, climbing and walking more after you're walking so much at that park. But we did do Pirates of the Caribbean and Splash Mountain. Basically the same. You sit differently, but Thunder Mountain, basically the same, except the turns are all opposite. So every right turn at Disneyland is a left there. Seemed like. We didn't go on Tom Sawyer Island or whatever it's called over there. We did do Country Bear Jamboree, but see, at the time in 1999, Disneyland's was still open. And it was the Vacation Hoedown. Disney World had the original playing, so that was cool, because I barely remember the original, being younger and going to Disneyland and seeing when the original was there. So we did that. We didn't go on any of the boats that go around the Rivers of America or whatever they call it over there. We saw Hall of Presidents. It was cool. The Haunted Mansion, which looks different on the outside, fairly the same on the inside, kind of different, a little bit of queue difference, and where the way you load. There's a little extra scene here and there. Basically the same idea, but good. Probably skipping something over there. Yeah, we saw that. I said we saw the Tiki Room. At the time, it was that under new management or something. When we weren't, wasn't very good. And Fantasyland, we didn't do a whole lot in Fantasyland. I wish we had. We didn't do any of the dark rides. Oh, we did Winnie the Pooh, but that was pretty new. It was like on the front of their maps when we went. So I believe that was new. Um, we didn't do Snow White, which wish we had. Didn't do Peter Pan, wish we had. Um, they didn't do Small World. We did the Skyway. Actually, the Skyway had closed like 2 weeks after we wrote it. So we did do that. And that was it in Fantasyland. We didn't do Teacups or Carousel. The castle doesn't have a walkthrough like Sleeping Beauty does there. I'm probably skipping some Dumbo we didn't do. They had this Mickey's Funland or whatever it was called. We didn't do anything there. We walked through it. They have a little roller coaster there, but it's like a gadgets kind of thing. Didn't do that. Tomorrowland, we did do the Space Mountain, of course, different. Didn't do Utopia. Carousel Progress, we saw. The People Mover we went on. They had the alien encounter, and then, which was cool. They had this timekeeper, like it was in a 3D show, or 3D, Circle Vision type theater. And I think that was it. We didn't do the rockets. I don't like going up that high. And I think that was it in Tomorrowland. We did do the train around the park, but that was basically the park we did. We ended up coming back to Magic Kingdom, I think, on one of the days where we went to Animal Kingdom in the morning. And then we went back to Magic Kingdom. We had these, because I was a cast member, we could go back and forth. So, anyways, then we did like Epcot, checked out Future World, and Test Track was brand new, pretty new at that time. We went on that. Saw the land, living the land or whatever, and living at the sea, and walked around the showcase. Missed some of the rides over there. Didn't know or didn't understand where they were. There was that American Adventure show. We didn't see that. Wish we had. There was a boat ride in Morocco and a boat ride in Mexico. Mexico. We didn't do that. So obviously missed a lot. Would love to go back. Hollywood Studios, I think, was still MGM at the time. We saw the movie ride and didn't do Star Tours because I figured it was basically the same as Disneyland. Saw the Indiana Stunt Show. They had a backlot tram tour at that time. I believe now is where Galaxy's Edge is over there. Ate at the Derby. Didn't do Tower or Rock and Roller Coaster for some reason. I think we just ate, and I was like, no, not doing that. But we planned on going back, and we just never did. Wish we had. Didn't do Fantasmic. I don't think it was going then. I think it was like on the weekends at that point. I don't remember. But that park was cool, but we just, And then Animal Kingdom was fairly new at the time. It was like a year old at that time, and we went on the safari tram thing. Bugs Life was new to us because DCA hadn't opened yet. And then we went on, we just walked around, saw some things there. Oh, we went on that dinosaur ride. I don't think it was called Dinosaur. It was like Countdown to Extinction or something. Then, same as like Indy layout wise, the track, but it was just dinosaurs. It was okay. So that was the day we went back to Magic Kingdom. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is, would love to go back because there's been a lot of new additions. It costs a lot. I mean, everywhere I look at it, it's up being like almost $4,000 for 2 or 3 of us. Even if I was to go with just my son and I, for whatever reason, just if we even did it that way, it would still be almost that. I've, of course, talked to concierge, but I don't know if they have any magical way of getting it cheaper, but I don't know. So I like to do planning myself. So I kind of looked it all up and just checked it out, but it's just so expensive. And then I keep thinking, then the other dilemma is, well, I want to go back to Disneyland when it opens. So what if I do put all my money into going to Disney World and then Disneyland opens in summer? Can't really go. Don't have any money left. Spent, $4,000 going to, or more, going to Disney World. Don't have money to do it all. So that's the dilemma. My instincts say just hold off. Disneyland will open. So I'm optimistic. They've got to open it, right? They have to. It's ridiculous. So that's my little rant on that. I know there's all these sides. There's always a side to things, and I don't know why. It's just there's always this objection to everything there is out there. So my opinion is, just my humble opinion, is that they need to open a park with restrictions, like they have in Florida. And the people that want to go can go, Gotta live life. Gotta live life. It's going by fast. Luke is 13. He's moving quickly. He's gonna be out of the house before Disneyland opens. It's ridiculous. So I going with him, is something that I really look forward to. It's a bonding thing. It's what we do, what we look forward to a couple times a year. There's a friend of mine. I don't want to quote his name just for right now. I don't know if he wants me to, but he had mentioned he had a post on Facebook and was talking about, should we, stop living life to be safe? I don't know. I'm concerned about this just as much as other people, but I'm also concerned about life just going by so fast that we're missing out on opportunities and things that we're not getting younger. And, people in their 20s and 30s think, Disneyland, it could open later. Who cares? Years later, it's okay. I don't know. I mean, time's going by fast for me. And when you get older, it goes by faster. And I get anxiety thinking about it because it's something that some people like to dirt bike or hike or play video games or I don't know, whatever they're into, knitting. Whatever you like, that's cool. But our thing, as a family, or Luke and I, is going to Disneyland. It's what we live to do. When I work hard, I think I'm working hard because I'm aiming at a goal to go somewhere that I want to go. So we just need to live life and take precautions. Be careful. The vaccines are getting out there, and that's great. I think I'm getting mine on soon. I don't know, but for school employees, they're having us do it if we want soon. I think it's tomorrow actually. I know it's different opinions. Some people say we need to lock up for a year. I don't know. So let's all try to stay healthy. Do whatever we're supposed to do to stop spreading this. Although it's going to spread. I mean, you can wear masks, take them off. Eventually it'll spread. So I don't know. But let's just do this together so we can move on with our lives, because I'm sure everyone is tired of this. And that's my opinion. So sorry about that. Hopefully you didn't lose any listeners over this. Not a big deal. I don't think I said anything controversial. It's just my opinion. Everyone's allowed their opinion. So take care. Hope you enjoyed this. We do have a great episode coming up of our regular show. Coming up this weekend, actually. So we'll talk with you next time. Thanks for listening. Bye.